Okay. If you have your microphone on, you might want to mute it just so there's no background noise. If everyone's ready to begin, can you see the screen I have up? I've been sharing my screen that says Welcome to Brightspace at CMTN. Can everyone see the page? Brittany?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, excellent. Okay, so welcome to this orientation session on your introduction to Brightspace. My name is Lana Reed, and I'm a learning assistant specialist here at Coast Mountain College. A learning assistant specialist is one of, you're going to hear the word learning learner services throughout this presentation. And learner services is a specific part of student services. So within learner services, there are those like me, the learning assistant specialist, and we're here to help you with any of your needs when it comes to study skills, specific academic skills, time management skills. We'll offer different workshops and different things to support you as a student to be successful. We're also composed of educational advisors. So they're the ones you would go to when you're thinking about a program and you want to know what courses you need. If you're thinking you want to know more about how to transfer credits with the BC Transfer Guide, you would go to them. It's also composed of accessibility services. So if you have a disability or you think you have a disability and you want to know if you're eligible or if there's accommodations for the classroom or for testing or if there's funding, this is where you would go. So basically, what we're going to do is today we're going to walk you through your Brightspace, and we're going to do it through the Learner Services shell. So this is the shell that us as Learner Services have. So while it's going to look just like your course, this is just for Learner Services. Now, when you when you sign into Brightspace, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to go to this page. I will also, at the end of this presentation, I will show you directly how to log into Brightspace, because some of you may be thinking, I really want to get into Brightspace, but I don't even know how to log in yet. So don't worry, we are going to do that as well. But first I'm going to walk you through some of the things you will see when you go into Brightspace. So once you actually log into Brightspace, the first thing you're going to see is a screen like
Recording
this.
is on.
So the first thing you'll see is a page like this, and at the top there will be a lot of tab buttons. The first tab button, you're going to see Discover, and you're going to think, what does that mean? Basically, this is a direct link to our Learner Services Brightspace page. So the Learner Services Brightspace page, as I said, it's going to have, it's like one-stop shopping. So all those supports you need to make your experience successful, all those resources, all those contacts, all that information you need, that is how you would enroll into our Brightspace page or our Brightspace shell. So once you get into Brightspace, you can click on this, and then that course or shell will automatically be listed down here with the rest of your courses. Another important link, and you'll see this throughout, but frequently asked questions or FAQs. When you think of being a student, and I know me myself, there's so many times where I just seem to collect questions. Oh, I have a question on this, I have a question on that, but you have so much on your plate that you think, I'll find that out later. You know, I've got to find out who I can talk to, who's going to help me, and sometimes it seems overwhelming. So what the college does is they collect the most common questions that students might ask, and they have a direct link to all the answers to those questions. So let's just click on it a second, and I'll show you some of the things that may come up. So if you clicked on the frequently asked questions, and this first question is really important because you might log into your Brightspace and you'll see courses. I don't see any of my courses. I might start to panic. But there's a good reason for that. So the first question we have is, why is a course I'm registered in not visible when I sign in? Even the Learner Services page that you won't see until September 7th at least, And with the rest of your courses, it's likely the same because the instructors, if they're using Brightspace, they still may not have accessed it yet. They may not have made it so that it's activated so that you can get in. So don't panic if you get in today and you think my courses aren't there, because they will come. So that's one of the questions, and there's other reasons too, but the main reason you wouldn't see it right now is because it's not there yet. Now, other questions you might have if you can't log on, it gives you help for that. If you're thinking, how do I access a quiz? How do I submit an assignment? How do I unenroll with a course? It's going to give you all that information. So it's quite a wonderful little thing when you see those FAQs and you're thinking, I have some questions, maybe I should check that out, because that way all those information is there and you don't have to actually find out who's going to give it to you. So let's go back to our main page, and to do that, I'm just going to tap on Coast Mountain College, the icon. So now I'm back to my page. Now under your courses, you will also have an announcement section. Most instructors will start with a welcoming introductory message. But with the announcements, the wonderful part is they will also give you other information. So they will tell you things like when an assignment is due, maybe there's a storm day, maybe something got rescheduled. So always check your announcements. There's also going to be a nice little calendar, and we'll show that more when we get into the courses, but it's going to tell you upcoming events. But the main thing you might be confused about when you see your front page is when your courses are listed, it's only going to show you 4. So you might think, I'm in more courses, where are the rest of my courses? All you have to do is you click View All Courses, and then it will drop down to all your courses. So don't panic if you don't see all of your courses right away. It's just that on the main screen, it only shows the top 4. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our shell, which is just a tentative shell for now. It will be called Learner Services 2020-2021. For now, I'm going to show you the shell so we can maneuver into what your course will look like, and I can also show you some things that you can access through our shells. So, when you actually get into a course, this is what it's going to look like. This will be the main page. So you'll have course materials up here, so you can go into the content, which is going to have all the main content for your course. You're also going to have some communication options like discussion groups, and that's a really important one that a lot of instructors like to use. But you'll also have an assessment tab where things like quizzes you might have to take through the course, or where your assignments are listed. You can even check your class progress and see how you're doing in each course by clicking here. And you can also see the other students in your class as well. Now, once you go down, you're going to, again, like I said, have the announcement page. So that's really important. And you're also going to have your content browser. That's where all the information in your course is going to be. So different instructors will do it differently. It could be the list by chapter, by section, but that's where the main content of your course is going to be. And you're also going to have a calendar. The calendar is a wonderful option I'll show you in a second. But when I show you the announcements, here, we're going to have different ones throughout the year as well, because if we're offering service to students, whether it's a workshop coming up or a drop-in session, it will be listed here right away so that you know what's coming up. And we have things like student preparedness checklist. And when you look at this, you'll notice there's a little thing down here that's separate from it. And what that means when you see that on your course page is that your instructor or the person who owns the page has included an attachment. So I can click on it directly, or I can click right on the link and it will go to it. So let's see. I'm going to open this, and I'm just going to check. Can everyone see that it's opening on a page, or are we still on the Brightspace page? Can everyone see the preparedness checklist?
No, it's gray, Lana.
Okay, so it's probably still sharing my other page. So I'm going to switch to Microsoft Writer. Can you see the page now?
Yep, it's up.
Okay, perfect. I think I have to switch sometimes to share a different screen. So this is an important page because when you're thinking of all the different needs that you need as a student, but you don't know if they're available, you don't know if they even exist, and if you do, you don't really know who to contact. So when you get onto this page, you can go through some of these questions like, I have good time management skills, I have good test taking skills, I'm good at asking questions in groups or with my professor. Or you might have ones about disabilities. I'm aware of the resources I have if I have a disability. I'm aware of the cultural experiences at my college. I'm aware of the social experiences, funding for housing or funding for my education. And if you're saying no to these, I don't know about these or I need more help, under each slot is going to be the contact information you need and the person and the area you need to get that help. So if you're reading through that checklist and you're thinking, oh, I actually do need some financial help or I do need to know more about social activities, then you can click that person's email and you can contact them for more support. So, going to go back to the Brightspace page. And I'll show you the next announcement, which also is an important one for us, because here at Learner Services, we want to do everything we can to give you all the supports you need, but we need to know how to do that. So we have a confidential survey here. I don't know if you've heard of things like SurveyMonkey, but you can go on there confidentially. We'll never know your name. But if you're having difficulties, if there's things that you're saying, I wish there was more of, or, with this online learning, I really need this, you can go on and fill out the quick little survey and it will come to us. And this way we can start developing whatever supports you need that aren't already there. So we need that information from you so we know if there's something missing or something that you need or something you just need more of. So this, if you click on that link, it will help us to know how to support you best. So after the announcements, you'll also see the calendar. And this is great. So anything in your calendar that's coming up, it'll be listed right here. So if you have something on September 8th, it's going to tell you, or something on September 9th, September 10th. So it's a really nice way to know what's coming up. But right now, I'm going to click on calendar itself. So this will bring you to your main calendar. When you go on to this, right now, I've got mine in the monthly view, and it's August, so I'm thinking, oh, everything's great. I don't have anything in August. But you can always click here, and it'll show you September. These are just tentative. I was just making some tentative workshop placements, but it shows you if something's in your calendar, it's going to tell you what's coming up. And the wonderful thing about this is you can change it to week, you can change it to day, or you can change it to a list so you can just know everything that's coming up. And what you can also do is each course is going to have things in its calendar. It could be that your instructor will post in the calendar themselves all of your assignments that are coming up or your exams. But if they don't, you can always just create an event and add it yourself. And what you can do is you could pick a specific course. You could say, I want to know what's going on in business ethics. And if you click on that, it will show you all the things going on in business ethics. Or you can say show all calendars and all the important information for all your courses will come up at once. And this is really great because with time management, it's really nice to just click on a button online and you can see everything that's coming up and it helps you to manage your time. You can also create events like dentist appointment or other things that you also just think, I want to know when those are coming up as well. So this is a great little feature that's going to help you throughout your class time to figure out your schedule. So if I go back to course home, the other thing I would like to show you is the content browser. So as I said, the main part of your course is going to be the content. So each instructor is going to put all their content in the content browser, and if you can scroll down this way and see what's there, or you can just hit your content browser. And I should mention, if you do this through your cell phone, which you can activate Brightspace through your cell phone. You'll get all the same information, but because it is a cell phone, it's going to be layered. So you might have all your announcements first, then all your calendar, then all your content. So don't panic if you just see one thing when you go onto your phone. Just keep scrolling down and you'll find it. So here in our content, we're going to have a number of different things. So one of the first things is called Navigating Brightspace. And the wonderful thing about this is I've shown you how you can go on the tutorial where it has all the written information and the screenshots. But if you're somebody who really likes to watch videos, just short little videos that for the very specific information, this is wonderful because it lists all the different things you might need to know about Brightspace in very short, like 1 to 2 minute videos. So if you wanted to find out how to take a quiz, then you would just click on this and it would walk you through how you take a quiz on your Brightspace. As well, we're going to have specific information from each of the 3 learner services. So you will be able to find out all the people on the learner services team, and it will give a little write-up and some information on how to contact us. But there will also be specific links to educational advising. So if they're going to have workshops with a drop-in session where you can meet them and ask them some important questions about your educational experience, then they're going to give you information there. If you need more information on a transfer guide, you can also go to that link. Learning services, learning assistance specialist. With that one, there's lots of little tips and tricks for academics. Also, plagiarism and academic integrity, which at the college you will find that plagiarism is something that we all struggle with, and the college takes it very seriously. So knowing about plagiarism and what is considered plagiarizing, what is considered cheating, what is considered unacceptable, that's really important. So we will have resources here, and we'll also be, along with the library, providing workshops that can help you to understand what is considered plagiarism and what isn't. We'll also have something on netiquette, and you may not have heard that word before, but now that everything is online and you'll be doing different discussion groups with others, you really have to be aware of what is respectful, what is considered appropriate when you're communicating with others online, because it can be different than when you're communicating in person. And we'll also have the accessibility services. So if you have a disability or you think you do, this is going to give you forms, it's going to give you information on different classroom accommodations, how you can get financial assistance. As well, we'll have links to the student union. We're going to have links to the policies and procedures. And we are also going to have tutoring. So if you think you need a tutor, or perhaps you want to be a tutor, there will be forms here that you can fill out. Another great thing we're having is what they call a study hub. So if you're thinking, you know, I want to get together and study with others, but it's harder now that I'm not in a classroom to just chat with people and say, hey, let's get together and study. This is a wonderful new system where if you want to, you know, contact others or get a group together to study, or perhaps you want a tutor to be involved in that, or an instructor or someone from learning services, you can do that through the study hub. So this is a great little feature that you may want to get involved with as you start your courses and think, I need some more help to study so that I can be successful. As well, we're going to have different workshops throughout to help you. So you may see college prep and study smart workshops. The name may change down the road, but basically these are, you know, workshops that help you to be prepared for your college experience, that help you to study so that you do well on your exams and your assignments and your papers. And as well, we're going to have what they call a student lounge, so the CMTN student lounge. So right now, we understand that you as a student, you have a different experience now that it's online. So you're not getting that personal social interaction that you get when you're in class, and you're not getting to chat with people about your favorite TV show or the hike you went on this weekend or how cute your pet is. And you're thinking, I really miss that. So what we did is we developed what you would call a student lounge in our discussion section. So you can go on with other people and you can connect about those things that matter to you. So this is an informal and personal way for you to just meet with others and share some experiences and feel like you're talking about things that aren't academic in nature. The one thing about this, and that's why I talked about the netiquette, is because it is online and it's a discussion forum and we want everyone to be respectful, before people start this, they will have to go into the netiquette and they'll have to read through a very short little spiel on netiquette. When you do that, basically, taken right from that information will be the information we think is important that's put in quiz form. So you can either click here to go on your quiz, or you can just go up to assessment and go on to quizzes, and it should be listed there. So once you do that, you would basically click on the netiquette quiz and answer questions that, a lot of them are just the multiple choice, 4 options, all of the above is generally one of the options. You can take this quiz as many times as you want. The answers never change order or question form. And once you get all the answers correct, then you can go into your discussion. So if we went up to here on communication and went down to discussions, this is where your CMTN student lounge is. So right now it's just in tentative form, but let's say you wanted to talk about hiking, or let's say, you're feeling like, I want to get healthier, I want to meet some runners or some walkers, so you want to chat with them. Or you just want to know what's going on in my community. I'd like to know if there's something interesting going on, or perhaps you have some hobbies that you want to share. Baking is something that's gotten really popular lately. Online games and apps, your favorite TV show or series. So many people like to find out, like, what's the best series going on now? I want to watch something. What's the best? Maybe you just want to share pictures or stories or videos about your pets. Or even culture. We have such a diverse culture here at Coast Mountain College, and a lot of people really like to hear about others' culture and what's going on and share their own. So, we can have those options, also some that are a little more academic, like how you're balancing your school, work, family life, how you're dealing with online experiences, because sometimes we just like to vent or hear that we're not all alone. So hearing, yeah, I'm having trouble with this too. Sometimes, that's the sort of thing that you get in class that you might be missing. So we're giving you an outlet here to kind of share those experiences on a discussion forum. As well, let's say you're done with this course. If you click up here, all your other courses, you can just go this way and click on another course. Or just go to course home and it'll bring you back to this course. So with this shell, you might be thinking, okay, so I'm learning about, this is what my shells are going to look like, this is what my courses are going to look like, but right now I'm kind of panicked because I don't even know how to get into Brightspace. So if you go to the main college site, so you're going to go to coastmountaincollege.ca, and this is what you're going to see. The main thing you have to do is, you see all these up here, you go to My CMTN. When you click on My CMTN, you're going to have 2 options. Either going to be My CMTN Self-Service or Brightspace. And yes, you want to go into Brightspace. There's a tab that says Brightspace Login. But you might also be thinking, how do I log into Brightspace when I don't have a username and password? So here you might actually say, I might have to go in here first, because this is your information that gives you your schedules, your registrations, your transcripts, all that information you need as a student, but it also helps you get your username and password. So if you tap onto My CMTN Login, and this is the page you'll go to. And it will give you all your information, but your first thing is, if you go down here and it says I'm new to CMTN, click on that because this might be your first time there. And this is where you go to get your user ID and your password, and it's going to email you your password, and then you can log into Brightspace and to here. So you would basically click on OK. It's going to ask you some personal information. You're going to fill that in, and then you're going to be able to get your information so that you can get into Brightspace. So once you do that, you would go back to here, tap Brightspace Login. Oh, and this is the one thing. I have to log out first. So basically, you wouldn't be logged in first because this is your first time. So I'm going to log out. So this is the page it will bring you to. So you're going to go onto this page, and it's going to say username. So I would type in my username, and then I would type in my password that was just given to me, and I would hit login. And then it should bring me right back to where we started. So once you go through those steps, this is when you get to your home page. This is going to show you all your courses. You basically click on the course that you want, and you are right back to your course. And this is where all your information is going to be. So before we end this, I just want to show you one more feature. This is something, these are the sort of things you might see in some of your classes. A lot of times instructors want to know, I just gave this lesson and I want to know if they caught everything I said, or if there are certain things I have to reteach, or they're going to give an exam and they just want to do a review, so they're going to do a little review. So with this, if anyone has a cell phone right now, you can text in capital letters Lana Reed 834 to the number 37607. So all capital letters LANA REID 834 to 37607. You don't have to do this if you don't want, but if anyone wants to try it, because this is the kind of thing you might see in some of your classes and it's kind of fun, you might try to put this in. And if you don't have that, you can also go right on this website and register as well, but the phone is probably the best option since we are all on our computers right now. Okay. And so I just did one because basically the question is, when can students access their Learner Services Brightspace account? And the options are whenever they want it. It's already open. Or they can say, after this workshop is over, I can go right on and look at my Brightspace page. Or as soon as I log in for the first time, all of my courses will be up. Or you can say, well, not until at least September 7th. That's when the learner services one will be open, or when the instructors put it on. So basically, if you go on this site, you can take the poll and it'll ask. So this is the correct response. So I just wanted to show you this as a little extra that you may have in some of your courses. Obviously, it's completely anonymous. The only reason you know that I'm the one that did that is because I told you, but sometimes the instructor will do that to take an informal poll just to see like if everyone is on the same page with their thoughts or with their learning. So just to let you know, those are the sort of things you might see in some of your online classes. So let's go back to the Brightspace page. I'm done. It was really wonderful sharing this information with you. If there's anything I missed or any questions you have about any of this, feel free to ask me questions now, or you can contact Learner Services at any time. We're more than happy to do everything we can to help you and answer your questions and make this experience at Coast Mountain College as great as it can be.
Hi, Lena. It's Britt.
Hi.
I'm just moderating the chat for you here, and there's just a question from Manpreet.
Okay.
They're wondering if it's mandatory to get all the Netiquette quiz answers correct before they can enter the student lounge.
Well, yes, you do have to get them correct, but I will tell you now, because I wrote it, it's not very hard, and it's all on the slides that are shown in the Netiquette. So they can either cut and paste those or download them and basically just refer back as they're taking the quiz. If they get the quiz wrong, it basically says you got this one wrong, this one wrong. You just go back and do it again, and then you just change your answer. So you might have picked one, and this time you're thinking, oh no, I should have picked all of the above, so I'm going to pick all of the above this time, and then you can get through. It's not a difficult quiz. All the answers are right there in the short information that's provided under the Netiquette basis. And yeah, they're very basic common questions that just have to do with, what should you do in this situation? That's already in the Netiquette information itself. And if for some reason you're having trouble getting in, just contact me because it's basically just multiple choice. And if there's a problem with the quiz, I would want to know, but you shouldn't have any difficulty. There's no penalizing for, your top quiz. You can just take it as many times as you want until you get the 10 questions right. And all the answers are right there. Any other questions? I think I see one about the poll, and that was just to give you an example of the poll. You don't have to take it, but you probably will see them in some of your classes. Students who know me from before when I have taught classes know that it's something I love to use, but I know a lot of instructors like to use that. So just a fun little thing that you might want to be aware of as it might be in some of your classes or even in the workshops. I think someone was asking too, what is the importance of the surveys? And with the survey, that is more for the students. So basically, they can go through that little check. Oh, because there's two. There's the checklist I showed you, and that one is more for the students. So you would look through it and say, oh, yes, you know what? I actually don't know much about the resources that are available for financial assistance here. And if you say no, you would go down and it would say, if you said no to this question, you can contact your financial aid officer at this email address. And so it kind of gives you a quick access to the person you need directly for something you're looking for. With the survey, the purpose of that is we all just really want your information on how you're doing, what we can do to help you more. So, as I said, this is a completely different experience where you may be struggling with things and you feel like you need more resources in certain areas. So, if you share that information with us, which is completely confidential, this can help us to make sure that we have all the resources that you need. And I think I saw that Trish raised her hand. Trish?
Yeah, hi everyone. Lana, thank you so much. That was super useful, I hope, for students who are just starting with Brightspace. I also just wanted to let everyone know, I just had an email from our marketing that how to log into Brightspace. The last piece Lana walked you through on the student orientation is now up on the website. So if you didn't quite catch what Lana walked you through, and rather than watching the whole student orientation again to find out, we have a short little video that just you go onto the Coast Mountain College website and it will be there logging into Brightspace, and it will just walk you through those key steps from getting your My Coast Mountain College username and password and getting logged into Brightspace. So just a quick announcement.
Okay, and that's excellent because yes, it's at the very end of the video, so you don't want to try and scroll through the video just to find that when there's a nice little few-minute video on it. I just saw another question as well from Manpreet, I believe, and it said, what browser is best? And so if we go to the frequently asked questions, you do go down and it says which browser works best with Brightspace. And it says Brightspace does not support Internet Explorer 11. It's best to use the latest browser to protect your security and access to features. So Coast Mountain College suggests Chrome, Edge, or Firefox. And the great thing is you can click here too, and it will have a full list of Brightspace browser and device functionality here. So you can always click on the link and it will give you more information. I think that's all the questions. As I said, we're here to help you. Anything you feel you need more questions answered down the road, you feel you have workshops you're hoping will be developed, or you want to meet one-on-one just to discuss some questions you have or some supports you need individually, we are more than happy to be here and help you. I really hope that when you do log into Brightspace, when it's functional, that you hit the Discover tab so that you can enroll in our Learner Services Brightspace shell, and we can provide you with all the supports and needs you can access to have a wonderful experience here at Coast Mountain College this year. And no, you don't need to install an Adobe Flash Player for anything, and not for anything that's on our site. And yeah, it sounds like this is all the questions. So perhaps we will finish it up now. But as I said, anytime you have any questions, you can contact us directly. You can also go directly to las@coastmountaincollege.ca, and that will connect you to the learner assistance specialists. And I will get that email and make sure that we support you in all your needs. And yes, I hope you have a wonderful experience and that you enjoyed this orientation session and that you enjoy all the orientation sessions. I will say that Learner Services is having an introductory session tomorrow where you'll get to meet everyone on the team. So I hope to see you there as well. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Lana.
Thanks.